Let's not aspire winning a lottery of millions of dollars. Aspire to win the lottery of the day. How to win the lottery. This is an interesting phenomenon of the lottery. When it gets up to some kind of 600 million, 400 million, even a billion, people line up to buy tickets. I really never understood. When there's a 300 million lottery, why aren't the lines just as big? Wouldn't people be happy to win a couple hundred million? A couple 100,000? Why when it gets to a billion, there are lines and lines of people winning, they're trying to win the lottery? Well, what is a lottery? And how do you win the lottery? When you are a person of faith, when you have an understanding that everything that happens in this world happens with divine providence, happens by design. Everything, from the moment we are born until the moment we pass away, when our soul leaves our body, it's all by design. Everything that happens to us, the good, the bad, and the ugly, it's all by design. And when we all realize how we are unique, we are an individual. There's never been anyone like us before in all world history. There will never be anyone like us in the future. Currently, there are no duplicates of us. We are unique. You and I are unique. Unique means that we have such a responsibility because God created us in this time and age, and God has given us, you and I, a purpose and a reason. Why are we here now? We didn't come to this world by chance. We didn't come to this world by accident. We came to this world by design. God in heaven orchestrated so many events that need to happen for our parents to have met each other and our parents to have been able to give birth to us. It was an amazing journey. Our soul is the essence of who we are. It's a part of God that descended from very high up in heaven. It came from God's throne, from God himself. God took a part of himself and he blew it into us at birth. And that is what keeps us alive. That is what sustains us, is our soul. Taking that into account, realizing our uniqueness, realizing that each one of us has a specific purpose and mission on this world, because we are all partners with God, we're all partners with creation, so we all have a specific mission. What's interestingly is that God doesn't tell us what our mission is overtly. God sends us signals, God sends us different opportunities that we realize, why is this happening to me? Why am I involved in this? Why am I aware of a certain? It's because I need to be part of it. I need to assist. I need to make things happen. We find, interestingly, the concept of a lottery is actually recorded in the Torah. In the Torah, it talks about that when they divided up Israel, they divided up Israel through a lottery. So what happens in the lottery? A lottery is a bunch of papers with numbers on it. So Israel, they took the whole Israel, and they took every section and they divided it up and they put it on a paper, or in those days they engraved it on a rock or on some wood, and they would draw and match up what tribe got what part. What happened in that lottery was what God wanted to happen. Because in a lottery, it's seemingly totally random, one may think. But nothing in life is random. Even random is not random because God decides what the random should be. So here, when they divided up Israel and they took from one hat a name of a tribe and the other one the name of the part of Israel, they matched it together. That was divine providence. The lottery was by design that God wanted these two to match up with each other. God gave us the ability to create what seems to be random by mixing up the names and the places, but yet matching it together. This is indeed a fundamental part of Jewish faith, in believing that there is no random, there are no coincidences, there are no accidents, it's not serendipitous, it's all meant to be. Even a lottery is by design. And understanding that everything that God does it for the best. So how do you win a lottery? How do we win a lottery? Well, what is it about the lottery that we want to win? When you buy a lottery ticket, you are holding on to a potential that those numbers can potentially be a winner. What are you going to win? Well, you're going to win a tremendous amount of money. That's what your hopes are. I personally knew someone who was the first lottery winner in San Diego, California, in the late 80s, the very first lottery when it was initiated. This gentleman won the lottery. And then when his father passed away, I was there to help them with their funeral and then help his mother. And eventually, he dedicated a room in our new campus that we built in their memories, our dining hall. Not too many of us actually know a person who won the lottery. There's so much talk about those that win the lottery. Does it actually bring them the joy, utopia they were waiting for? So the answer to the question is, how do you win the lottery? I'll give you the answer to that secret. When you wake up in the morning and you get out of bed and you're able to get dressed, you're able to eat, you're able to go to work, you're able to accomplish something in this world, you have won the lottery. Truly. I'm not just talking figuratively or joking about it. But the lottery concept is that you should be able to have enough means to do everything possible in this world. Well, God gave you that gift. You can find and accomplish anything that you want in this world when you put in the effort. God says, create the vessel and I will fill it up. And that is the concept that we think that when we win the lottery and we'll have access to so many millions of dollars, we'll be able to accomplish so much more, we'll be able to enjoy life so much more so. The reality is each one of us should wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and say to yourself, today I won the lottery. I have another day of life. As we very well know, the final words of Mr. Steve Jobs before he passed away, when he spoke about if and when he could have used all the money that he had access to cure himself. Now that there's nothing that anyone can do to cure him from his disease, which he eventually died from, is such a lesson to each one of us. Let's not aspire to winning a lottery of millions of dollars, but rather aspire to win the lottery of the day. The day that you wake up and you really reach out and you make a difference in this world, you have won the lottery. By you being able to bring a smile to another person, by you are able to Be happy with your lot, with what God has given you. Be happy with what you have. Then truly you have won the lottery. I'll never forget the story I read about a year ago about this woman who goes to the lottery machines. She buys these scratch-offs, and she regularly goes there and buys a $5 scratcher, and whether she wins a few dollars or not is all up to God. One day she's standing by the machine, and she put in the money, and she's about to hit the button, her regular $5 scratcher, when someone gives her a push, a jab. Some inconsiderate rushing person gives her a jab, and such a strong jab that her hand touched the $40 button. So instead of buying several other scratchers, she only got one scratcher. She spent her whole $40 on one scratcher. She was so incredulous and upset. How inconsiderate, how rude is a person who jams me like that? And yet when she got to her car and she began scratching off the scratcher, she found that she won $1 million. $1 million scratcher. Could you only imagine? All of a sudden, this person who jabbed her, who pushed her, who shoved her so terribly, so rudely, who she was so angry at just minutes ago, all of a sudden says, wow, look what this guy did to me. This guy gave me a jab, a push, a poke, a shove, and now I won $1 million. This story went viral because it was a phenomenal story and a lesson to be learned from it. Not each one of us gets such results when we get jammed or jabbed or pushed or shoved. But here was a beautiful story to teach us yet once again that everything that happens in life happens for a purpose and a reason. I heard once a lecturer who was talking about when someone gets the toe stepped on, what do you do? What's your reaction? So if you get angry at the person that stepped on your toe, then you're misguiding your anger. You cannot have any anger in that person. Why? Because by divine providence, you were supposed to get your toe stepped on. Now the question you have to ask is, why am I getting my toe stepped on? Now the person who stepped on your toe has to ask himself the question, why am I the messenger to do that? But that's truly in life. No one in the world makes you angry. You make yourself angry. If we are able to incorporate and appreciate divine providence, that everything happens for a purpose and a reason. Even the lottery, which seems to be totally random, is actually with divine providence. But remember, every day of life is a day as if we have just won the lottery. May we appreciate everything that God does for us. And may we understand everything that God does for us as complete and real divine providence. God bless you. God loves you.